Hello guys, I'm Miss Lou Allen. I'm going to be your teacher for Algebra 2 Part C, the third trimester portion of Algebra 2. And I know that I've had most of you in class before at some point, either freshman year or one of the trimesters this year. But I know that there's also a few of you that I have not had in class before. So I thought I would introduce myself real quick. I'm Miss Lou Allen. It's great to have you. I've been teaching at Corbin for 6 years. This is my first year in Algebra 2 here. I taught Algebra 1 for 5 years, and I like Algebra. That's my favorite. So I'm really happy to be with teaching juniors this year, and I'm in a new classroom. So those of you I've had quite a few people come and try to find my class in the freshman center. I'm no longer in the freshman center. I'm down in the math wing, room C08. It used to be C108. It used to be Miss Rice's room. So that's where I am now. I'm obviously not in class with you today, either in the Google Meet or in person. I am out of town, but I will be in class tomorrow, so I'll get to see you and talk to you more then. But I just wanted you to see my face here for those of you who don't know who I am. And today we're going to go over the syllabus, and I know that's not the most fun thing ever, but there are some important pieces of information that I need to share with you. Class this trimester is going to be different than it's been for the previous two because we do have in-person learning resuming, and I have so many of you in my classroom, which is awesome. I'm so excited to be back to a little bit of normalcy. So it'll be a really good trimester. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to go through the information in the syllabus as quick as I can. And then after you finish the video, make sure you do the Google form quiz posted in Google Classroom with this video. And if you have any questions or need anything, I'll be in class tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Okay, so like I said, this is Algebra 2 Part C. And before we talk about any of the requirements or expectations or anything like that, I want to talk to you about these classroom agreements. And they're just 5 basic things that I think we can all agree to. And if we agree to all of them, it's going to make our class go really, really well. Okay. First, be respectful to everybody in the classroom, whether you're virtual or you're in the physical classroom in person. Be respectful to everybody, your peers, me, Miss Harris when she does ACT prep, anybody else that's in the classroom, either virtually or in person. Just be respectful. When you are live with me, pay attention to the speaker. If it's me or anybody else, respond appropriately. And so that includes taking notes, answering questions, participating in discussions, turning your camera on when I ask you to turn your camera on, things like that. Treat everybody in the classroom with care. Everybody learns differently, especially in this crazy situation that we've been put in. So treat everyone respectfully and with care like you would want to be treated. Show me respect by listening, taking notes, and completing assignments in a timely manner. That's extremely respectful, and it'll help you be successful in class. And then last but definitely not least, be patient with yourself. Learning takes time. Any kind of learning takes time, especially like this when we're in this new sort of school. And I know some of you are still virtual, and now some of you are in person, and so we're taking on a whole new animal now with school. So just be patient with yourself and everyone. Okay, here are some ways that you can communicate with me. First, I'm giving you my email address. If you are not in the Google Meet and can chat with me, or you're not in person with me in the classroom to talk to me, the best way to communicate with me is through email. Okay, the absolute best. Because I can send you an email real quick whenever I have a chance. Even if I'm in the middle of class or doing something else, I can usually shoot you an email real quick. But if you call, or a parent or guardian calls me, I may not be able to stop what I'm doing and have a conversation. So the email is definitely the best option, but there's my phone number. That's the school's phone number, and whoever can be asked to transfer to me. You can also communicate with me through Google Classroom or Math Excel. My planning period is now 1:10 to 2:20, so that's 4th block. I'm available. If you do need to chat with me outside of class, or your parent or guardian needs to talk to me, that is the best time to reach me. And if you need me, I will respond to you as soon as possible during the school day. I'll have a lot going on, especially with the return to in-person school. I'm going to be really busy, but I will respond to you as soon as I possibly can. And just know that responses may be delayed during lunch, and then they could be delayed during my planning too, just depending on if I have a meeting or something like that. And then I will not be available to answer calls or emails after 4:30 p.m. or on the weekends because I try to separate school and home life. So just know if you email me at one of those times, I will get back to you the next school day. Materials that you need for class. You definitely need your Chromebook and charger, headphones if you have them, some kind of paper or notebook, pencil, something to write with, and then a calculator. I prefer that you have your TI Inspire. That's what you really, really need, okay? Especially if you're in person, that's what you'll have to work with. That's what you're going to have on the ACT. That's what you need to be familiar with. But if you don't have yours at home, you can use that TI-84 app on the Chromebook or Desmos.com, which you should be familiar with from the other 2 trimesters. And then you need a folder or binder to keep things organized, okay? So these are really important, especially because how I'm teaching class this 3rd trimester is going to be different than it has been the previous 2, okay? And I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but you are going to be required to take notes with me through the lessons, and you will need something to write with. And then if you miss a class and you need to get caught up on something, especially if you're in person, then you need headphones so you can watch those videos and get caught up without disturbing everybody else. And then you definitely have to have your Chromebook because that's how we do all of our work. So make sure you have those materials with you and ready to go, whether you're virtual or in person. So how does this work? How does class work? You're going to have a variety of assignments. You can have you have to take notes. You can have daily practice assignments, quizzes, notebook checks, tests, all kinds of things. And whether you're in person or virtual, you're expected to keep notes and examples in a composition notebook, okay? I will provide you notes and examples that will help you complete your homework assignments and quizzes and tests, and I expect you to take those notes with me, okay? So I am... Sorry about that awkward pause there. I needed to pause the video real quick. So I'm going to be doing things different this trimester. I mentioned that before. And part of that is live instruction. And I'm going to explain it again in a little bit. But I will be giving notes live. Edpuzzle videos are going to be very rare and not used very often. So I will expect you to take notes with me. So make sure you're prepared for that, virtually or in person. During virtual learning days, you're required to join the Google Meet so I can take attendance, go over the day's assignment, and provide instruction to you. And then I'll be available for the remainder of the class to answer questions, provide help, whatever you need. And then if you do not participate in the live session, you will need to watch the class recording and then complete the assignment on your own time. Be prepared. Be on time to the Google Meet and class if you're in person, and stay until you're dismissed. Like I said, things are different this trimester. You need to be in the Google Meet or in seat in the classroom as much as possible. It's going to be very, very important. When you join the Google Meet, mute your microphone. Have all your materials with you and be ready to work. So if you're virtual, make sure you have your paper and pencil and calculator ready to go when you join that Google Meet. If you're in person, have your materials ready to go and ready to start the lesson. Make sure your Chromebook is fully charged. We don't want your Chromebook to die right in the middle of the instruction or the Google Meet or doing your assignment here in person. We don't want your Chromebook to die. So make sure it's charged. Have your charger handy so that if it gets low, you can plug it in. And if you know you're not going to be in class, let me know as soon as you can ahead of time, and that'll help us plan. If you're in person, here are some important notes that you need to keep in mind. When you enter the classroom, go straight to an available seat, or it could be an assigned seat. I don't have a definite plan for that just yet. It kind of depends on how many people show up in the class each day. But go to an available seat, sit down. Do not be up mingling, walking around the room. You need to go straight to your seat and sit there. Keep your Chromebook closed and put away until I finish teaching the lesson. We will not. If you are in person, you will not need your Chromebook open until after I have given instruction for the day. So keep it put away until I've finished giving you the notes. Keep your cell phone off and out of sight during class. You don't need to be on it, don't need to be texting, doing whatever. Keep it put away. If you need help or have a question, raise your hand or talk to me from your seat. Do not approach my desk or get different materials or be in different areas of the classroom without permission. And I know that that sounds harsh, but my goal is to keep us safe, okay? I don't want anybody to get quarantined or get the coronavirus. So we're going to take all the precautions necessary, and that includes me and you staying away from each other, okay, as much as possible. So I just ask that if you do need me to come close to you or you do need to come closer to me, you ask me first. And I know that that's a hard habit to break, but we'll do our best. Stay distance from your classmates as much as possible at all times. Again, I just want us to stay safe. I don't want anybody to get sick or quarantined. So we're going to follow social distancing to the best of our ability. Keep your mask on and pulled up over your nose. And then while you're in class, stay on task and then ask for help if you need it. Here's today's daily schedule. Every single day, whether you're virtual or in person, I want you to check your email and then check the stream in Google Classroom. See if I've made any important announcements for the day that you need to know. If you're virtual, log in the Google Meet. Okay? If you're in person, you'll be in here with me, but I'll go over the agenda, important info, and then I'll teach you the lesson for the day, either in the Google Meet or in person. I expect you to take notes, work on examples, and ask questions as we go through the lesson. Then you're going to go to the classwork tab in Google Classroom, look at the day's post. It's always labeled by the day and the week, and there could be multiple posts. Like today, you have 2 posts for March the 1st. So make sure you look at all the posts for that day, and then you'll go complete the matching homework in Math Excel, okay? Last, email me or hit the Ask My Instructor button for assistance. Obviously, if you're in person, you can raise your hand or talk to me. But if you're virtual, make sure you email me or hit the Ask My Instructor button. And if you miss a Google Meet, make sure you turn in that day's assignment in Google Classroom so I can count you as participated for the day. Now, here's what I was referring to earlier, live instruction. Now that we've resumed the in-person learning, most of my lessons are going to be taught live during the Google Meet in the class period. So you're going to be expected to join the Meet and be prepared to take notes and work every day. So if you're virtual, you'll be on the Meet, have paper, pencil, ready to go. If you're in person, you'll have your paper, pencil, be ready to go. If you can't make it to the live Meet, again, you will need to watch that lesson recording, which will be posted on that day's Google Classroom post. But you will need to watch that to get the information to do the homeworks, okay? There will no longer be an Edpuzzle video for you to watch. And I know that this is way different than what my class has been like so far this year, but everything can change quickly. You guys know that. You've experienced this year along with me. So you just have to be able to adapt and go with the flow a little bit. So I know it'll take us a bit to get used to the new routine, but we'll get there and it'll be fine. And I will do my best to not keep you in the live Meet for the entire class period. I know that that's difficult. I know that that's a long time to be in the Google Meet. But I will do my absolute best to keep my lessons short and concise and to the point. That way you will still have time to work on your homework during class. Homework assignments are in Math Excel. You have unlimited attempts at those. And homework assignments are given Monday through Friday and locked on Sunday at midnight. The homework builds, so you complete Mondays, and then you move to Tuesdays, and then a lot of the time you must make a certain percentage on a homework before you can move to the next one. Each week starts fresh. Monday is a brand new week, no prerequisites. So if you miss week 1, you should be able to start on week 2 just fine and go with us. And all assignments for the unit will be opened again prior to the unit test for redos and makeup work. But if you're trying to get caught up and need me to open something early, I'm happy to do that. You just have to email me. Test day is the final due date for that unit's work, so make sure you have everything done by then. You have 2 attempts for each quiz and 1 attempt for each test in Math Excel. Quizzes are opened in Math Excel. They don't have any prerequisites, and you can take them whenever you want as long as it's before the due date. They are due at midnight on the Sunday after they're assigned. And if you have a question about an answer that was marked wrong and you think it was correct, I'm happy to check it for you. You just have to let me know. Tests are taken during a designated class time. You must stay in the Google Meet with your camera on while taking the test, and tests are due at the end of the class period. If you're in person, you'll take it in class with me. And if you miss a test, you have to schedule a makeup time with me to take it. And then I always go through tests and check for partial credit. So grades. You need to know where your grades are coming from. Infinite Campus will always have your correct overall grade. I know that we'll be pulling grades from Math Excel, but Infinite Campus will have your correct overall grade always. I update Infinite Campus on Mondays and Fridays. You have 2 categories in there, Math Excel, which is worth 80% of your grade, and then Other, which is 20%. Your Math Excel grade will show up as a running average twice a week. So Mondays and Fridays, I will take your Math Excel grade from Math Excel, and I will put it in Infinite Campus just as one average. Any other assignment that's not given in Math Excel will be put into the Other category. For example, the Google form quiz that you're going to take after watching the syllabus video, that will go in the Other category because it's not in Math Excel. It's an Other assignment. And then your overall grade in Math Excel, tests are worth 50%, quizzes are 30%, and homework assignments are 20%. So that's how your grade breaks down. Be respectful of each other, me, anybody else in the virtual or in-person classroom at all times. Inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated. If you're behaving inappropriately or disrespectfully, a warning will be given, and if that doesn't change, we'll have to take further disciplinary action. Electronic devices. You should join class sessions using your school-issued Chromebook. You should refrain from having other devices during live class sessions. I'm going to do my best to not keep you on the Meet very long. And when we are in the Meet, I'm giving you important information that you need to pay attention to. So put up your phones, your video games, TV, whatever you're doing, and focus on the lesson with me. And like I said, I'll do my best to keep it short and concise. And so you really shouldn't need any of those things while we're doing the lesson. Don't take any screenshots, recordings, or photos of classmates during the live sessions. If you are found to be in violation of this, you'll be turned into the office. And if you are in person, you are expected to keep your cell phones off and out of sight while at school. You guys know the cell phone rules. All right. So here is a document from the district that highlights virtual learning and in-person learning. Some of you are still virtual, but we have quite a few of you that are in person. So if you want to pause the video, read through this, you're welcome to, but this is a document from the district. And last, thank you so much for going over this information with me. I know that this is not what we wanted the year to look like, but we're making the best of it. I'm looking forward to working with you this trimester. We've almost made it to the end of the year. We only have 10 weeks left, and we're on the downhill slope. After we make it through the ACT, we're really on the downhill slope to the end of the year, and I think that you're going to find that this is an easy, enjoyable trimester. And I'm really looking forward to working with you. I think we're going to have a great time, and I'm so glad that I'm going to get to have so many of you in class, in-person school, and so we can get a little bit of normalcy. Okay, so like I said, don't forget to do the syllabus quiz after this that's posted, and if you have questions or need anything, I will be in class with you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day.